Hello, my name is Hannah Hemberger, and this is my Module 12 case study presentation on who should create the school's vision. A summary about the case study we were given is about a Lightville Community School District, which consists of two buildings, an elementary school and then a junior-senior high school combined. It is a very rural community. They passed an initiative to build a new middle school because their population is growing and they were needing more space. They assigned Susan Potter to be the new building principal. She was previously an assistant principal, and she is new to the area. It was her job to hire staff and promote programs for the school, and then create a committee, which is an advisory committee, to build the school's vision statements. And this committee consisted of 4 teachers and 4 parents. The head committee, Helen Burke, she's an English and social studies teacher, and Susan wanted her to be the committee chair as she didn't feel it was right for her to be the chairperson. So in the beginning, the conflict was that the committee did not like Susan's idea to collaborate together to create the school's vision statement. They want her to create it because she is a visionary leader and they like her ideas. That's why they hired her. And so they want her to create it and draft a statement and then take it back to them for approval and discussion. So to be a visionary leader, you need to see the future, create steps to attain long-term goals, listen attentively, stand up for your beliefs and your values, be responsible, and seek resources when needed. Legal or ethical issues involved with this case study. There were no legal issues with this case study, and the ethical issues are listed here. The core values in that leaders should promote and model principles and values directly correlating with vision statements. And this is something that I feel like Susan is trying to do. She's trying to promote and model what she knows and about vision statements and seeing the future and how you create them with this committee. The success is based off the actions and behaviors that affect the overall culture of the school. So for the school to be successful, they need to have a positive culture, and that positive culture happens based off of our actions and our behaviors and what we do. Take responsibility to create a vision statement appropriate for the school. So the committee members, they are the ones responsible for that, and they should do it ethically. And then making sure there is communication and that everybody is on the same page and knows the expectations. Right now, the committee is just not really, they're wanting Susan to do it all, and they're not understanding that it's not a one-man show. Not just one person does it. It takes everybody. It's a collaborative effort. The synthesis statement is the advisory committee voted to have Susan, the middle school principal, create a vision statement with her own values and beliefs to bring back to the committee for approval and discussion rather than the committee collaborate together to draft the vision statement. Here are the facts with this case study. The people involved include the principal, Susan Potter, Superintendent Joe Rawlings, the School Board of Education, the committee chair, Helen Burke, the advisory committee that consisted of 4 teachers and 4 parents, and community members. Lightville Community School District has an enrollment of 1,200 kids, and it is growing constantly. That's why they're wanting to build this new middle school. Though it is mostly a rural community, 60% of the population live on farms. The program that they currently have right now is an elementary school, K through 6, and it is 22 years old. And then a junior senior high school, grades 7 through 12, that is 11 years old. Reviewing and prioritizing the statements within the case study. So the vision statement portrays the future and direction for the school for the next 3 to 5 years and does affect the students, staff members, and community members. And this is why it's so important that this is a collaborative effort in that it's not just what one person's vision is. It's gathering information from everybody and what they see and their vision and coming together and putting that all together, because it does affect everybody. And Susan is so very new to the school district, and it's a new building, and that's just a lot of pressure to put on one person, and that's not ethically how we are supposed to create and draft vision statements. So currently, Susan does not have enough information to draft a statement herself. She's new to the area. She doesn't fully understand the community. She doesn't know her staff members. She's just hired them. She hasn't worked with any of them before, or the principals of the previous buildings, or the school board members. So staff and key stakeholders must have buy-in to the vision statement. This should be a collaborative effort. Susan needs this time to build relationships with staff and community members and get a sense of their values and beliefs, and vice versa. So she's coming in new. She doesn't know anybody, but in return, they don't know her and her values and beliefs. And so her vision could be very different than what they are seeking. And so that's why it should be a collaborative effort within everybody. Some possible options for settling this conflict. The first option is to not take any action. The second one is to draft a vision statement with my own values and beliefs as a visionary leader to present to the committee. This is the option that they prefer. The third option is to bring the committee back together with resources and data to promote a collaborative effort. And then number 4 would be utilize the current principals and my previous school district and their expectations to use as a model for the committee. So going out and getting information from others that have been successful and bringing that information back. So evaluating these options. The first one with no action, with Susan's standpoint, I just feel like this is not standing up for what you believe in. She knows what it takes to create a successful vision statement, and just not doing anything is, not standing up for what you believe in. Number 2, doing what the committee wants her to do, drafting her own. That is following the committee's request, but it's also giving in, and it's setting yourself up for future mishaps. So I kind of think of this as a pushover. She knows what she believes in, and so I feel like if she just caves and gives in to what they want, automatically right off the bat as her first thing as being principal, then she's just kind of setting herself up for any other thing that happens in the future, or any other committees that they're on, or major decisions that they have to make. The third option, bringing the committee back together with resources and data to promote a collaborative effort. This one is going to take some time, and it could seem like a nuisance, especially if the committee shuts it down again. So I was thinking like going out, just like utilizing any, like doing research and coming back with that and asking the committee to come back together. But then that would take some time, and then they'd be having another meeting for it, and then it's like it would never be getting done. The fourth option would be utilizing the current principals that are in the school district, and then Susan's previous school district that she came from, and their expectations to use as a model for the committee. I feel like this has potential to be accepted by the committee, as it's a factual option with success. So she would be utilizing the principals. They already know the community and have a vision already for where they see the schools going in the school district. And so getting that information, but then utilizing her previous school district, not any of just how they create one and the steps to go about it, instead of having to create new, knowing that a school is successful with that model and bringing it back. Choosing the best option. I actually kind of went back and forth, and so I decided to mold options 3 and 4 together. I believe it's important to include data and factual information to help others see your vision in presenting your beliefs. I'll also gather information from the current principals to get an idea of the vision those schools are moving towards, and get a feel for any changes that may need to be made. So as they have been working with a previous vision statement, now they're kind of like, okay, well, this isn't working. We want to see this happen. This would be a good time for any changes that need to be made to have those discussions. And then seeking resources from other districts can be very helpful in guiding major decisions like this one. This is a very major decision. Vision statements are the basis for schools and their success and the direction that the school is going to be going. So it's a very major decision. It's not something that should just be passed on to one person. I would then take this information to the committee with an agenda for discussion and approval. On this slide, I'm going to talk about the implementation of my plan. So I would be bringing the committee back together with an agenda so that we stay on track and I get to make sure that, I put down everything that I want them to hear and to see. Again, I would just stress the importance of collaboration to create a vision statement. Really, a vision statement without collaboration in key stakeholders and getting input from everybody is not a valid statement. So presenting resources from their previous school district, showing data and factual information, restating that the vision statement guides the future of their children and community. So it's very vital and important that they understand that. And that, like I have everybody's best interests at heart, and, that's how it should be done. One thing that I think that would be helpful, they just having each committee member submit their top 5 aspirations for the new school. So what is most important to them? What are they feeling or thinking about that they want to see for the new school within the vision statement? This could be done through email or some form of technology in a Google form, or it could be just written down at the meeting right then if everybody has ideas. I would then take all of that data and conform a list, including my own aspirations, to then come back together to draft a statement. So on that list, putting like if multiple people put that they want, something with curriculum, that can be at the top. Okay, a lot of people felt like this was in their top 5, this is definitely something that we need to address and have within it and bring that back. So then it's not just one person coming up with it. It's everybody's ideas, but it's in more of a list and it's easy to see and read. I'm a very visual learner. And then sometimes, hearing what other people think, or say, you're like, oh, I didn't actually think of that. And so it's helpful for that aspect. Plan B, if the committee is still against collaboration, then they need to understand the statement will be suffering from the get-go. So if it's just created by one person, it automatically, there's going to be some issues right away. And they need to understand that and the consequences of that. In conclusion, the advisory committee really needs to understand the importance of collaboration and effective communication in creating a school vision statement. This can be done presenting resources backed by references that shows successful school districts with a solid foundation based on their vision statements. And I took these arrows from a previous presentation on how to create a vision statement. And the first step was soliciting, so gaining input from staff on core values. Step 2 is collaborating, utilizing a leadership team to draft the vision statement. Presenting, so showing the draft to all for revision and discussion. And then unveiling it to all stakeholders for direction. So the step that is really missing is the collaborating, number 2 step, utilizing a leadership team to draft. And then a little bit of gaining input from staff on core values. So that's something that Susan's going to have to work on and really make sure her new staff get input, and so that they then have buy-in on the vision statement, as that's most important. Thank you.